Facebook and CMU's superhuman poker AI beats human pros. AI has definitively beaten humans at another of our favorite games. A program, over 12 days and 10,000 hands, the AI system named Pluribus faced off against 12 pros in 2 different settings. In one, it's safe to say we're at a superhuman level, and that's not going to change, Noam Brown, a research scientist at Facebook AI Research and co-creator of Pluribus, told The Verge. Pluribus is a very hard opponent to play against. It's really hard to, in a paper, the scientists behind Pluribus say the victory is a significant milestone in AI research. Although machine learning not only is the information needed to win hidden from players, making it what's known as an imperfect information game, it also involves multiple players and complex victory outcomes. The game of Go fame, a timeline of Pluribus training regime. Limping is one's. First, they taught Pluribus to play poker by getting it to play against copies of itself, a process known as self-play. This is a common then, to deal with the extra complexity of 6 players, Brown and Sandom came up with an efficient way for the AI to look ahead in the game and decide what move to make, a mechanism known as the search function. Rather than trying, you might think that Pluribus is sacrificing long-term strategy for short-term gain here, but in poker, it turns out short-term incisiveness is really all you need. For example, Pluribus was remarkably good at bluffing its opponents, with the pros who played against it praising its relentless consistency, and the way it squeezed profits out of relatively thin hands. It was predictably. Brown says this is only natural. We often think of, there's also the hope that the techniques used to create Pluribus will be transferable to other situations. Many scenarios. So can we now consider poker a beaten game? Brown doesn't answer the question directly, but he does say it's worth noting that Pluribus is a static program. After its initial
raindrop, truck top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. I keep fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.